boy PBK out here working with Ace. Let y'all see that lady down there. What I had to tell her just now with her German Shepherd. She come walking past, talk about my dog on the chain. My dog trained. Then she had something else to say. I couldn't even understand what she was saying. Like I told her, I only got one thing to say. Don't be judging a book by the cover. I got me. I got this dog. Worry about your dog. Pelican Bay Canine. I'm out. Ace, place. Yes, good boy. Ace, heel. Heel. Yes, good boy. I guess she felt like, you know, because I was training a pit bull, my dog was more dangerous than her dog. But little did she know her dog would start the fight before my dog, most likely. And this dog is trained, like I said. Talk to me when you got a dog that can sit. Your dog won't even sit, won't do nothing. That's why you can't argue with some people. You just let them say what they say, do what you do. Ace, place. Yes, good boy. Ace, hit. Yes, good boy. Down. All right, one more. Got the ball right here. Ace, sit. Stay. Got the ball right here. Stay. Got the ball out there. Got Ace right there. Free. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Let's go, puppy. Yes. Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel. Pelican Bay K9 is giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, man. Some ain't. I always tell you that, man. The longer we do this thing, you realize, you start to see some like it, some ain't, man. It ain't my job to worry about who like it. It's my job to give you the news. Like I always say, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the new subscribers to the channel. And if I can help you with anything, just let me know. PBK9s. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. If you're not getting the notifications, I told you how to do it. Unsubscribe, then subscribe back to the channel, then hit that notification bell, and you should be back rolling. You know, big salute to all the bulldogs from one side of the world to the other side of the world, all the dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world. You know, let's get into that dog talk for the day. Now, we're going to get deep inside of the dog fighting situation in South Carolina with more in-depth details of what's going on. But first, got to give you some of that dog news. Who do it better? PBK9s. We got a man arrested in Georgetown, South Carolina for animal cruelty, leaving his dog out in the water. From what the video is going to tell you, when I let the video play, the water was, I think, around about chest high on the dog. But this is what I do want to say about that particular situation before we watch this video. Last Sunday, we had a rainstorm. That's the rainstorm that they're talking about. Okay, last Sunday we had a rainstorm. The rainstorm put down more water than probably our last 2 or 3 hurricanes we had, you know, over the past few years. That rainstorm last Sunday put down more water faster because it rained all day long. You know, I went out one time to the store and my car almost got washed off the road, you know, from the water coming across the highway in different areas. They shut down about 3 or 4 roads in my area, in the city part of of the town, not in the country areas and not by exactly by the rivers or none of that, or by the ocean. Talk about in the city part, flooding from different little channels and little ditches and stuff, flooding into the highways. It was bad, you know. It was bad. That was the same night Anime had her puppies. Same night Anime had her puppies. The day before, the day after BG, which is the dog that was bred to Fletcher, had her puppy, the one that had one puppy. That was the day after that. And this was a hellified rainstorm. Now, I'm gonna let you check the video out, but I will say, the average person could have had their dog on dry land at that time when that rainstorm came. Not defending that brother, because I don't know what happened. I'm just showing you the news, article. But fast as that rain and that water came, a person could have been out of town. A person could have been anywhere outside of directly in front of their dog, and that water would have came up on them. Because I stay in the city, and that water was deep in the city. I was looking at the police officers at the traffic light, directing the traffic. He was standing outside, and when I'm not, no exaggeration, the water was above his shoes. He was walking in the water, and he had on regular, police shoes, but the water was above his shoes. It wasn't high as to his knees and none of that, but the water was above his shoes, and he had no kind of special suit on. He had a regular police uniform. So I know his feet, everything was wet. You know what I'm saying? And that's how deep the water was. And this particular situation, this brother was arrested for animal cruelty, for leaving his dog out there. So y'all check this video out, PBK9s. Let's get into it.
A man faces animal cruelty charges now, and breaking news after deputies rescued his dog from rising floodwaters. This happened over the weekend. Deputies say they found a dog barking in distress Sunday. This was in a flooded lot off High Market Street. Deputies also say the dog had been chained to a tree and was standing in water up to its shoulders. Crews were able to rescue the animal before it was too late. That dog now being cared for at the St. Francis Animal Center.
Now, we got some dog talk to get into, and we're going to get into that South Carolina stuff. But first, we got some more stuff to talk about. It needs to be said rather harshly. Y'all will ask me anything. Y'all will say anything to me. Y'all will call me names. Y'all will say this, say that. Y'all ask me anything, But what I'm trying to figure out is, and you always hear me say stuff about being starstruck. A lot of y'all brothers, how y'all out here sucking on Garner thing? You see, that's how Tank got over on so many people. So many questions that need to be asked. But y'all brothers scared to ask them. Scared to ask them to master. But you ask and call me anything. See, what I noticed, it ain't just in this dog board, but we gonna just keep it to these dog videos. Same way as in the streets. Y'all brothers won't say nothing to a white brother, rarely. A Mexican brother, every now and then. But you tear each other down. You quick. You don't mind saying something about my channel, but you get up there and ride Garner dick. Plenty of questions that need to be asked. It's like before y'all see the man on doing his little podcast, everybody has something to say. Everybody got questions to ask. Everybody talking about this. Everybody talking about that. Then once you see the man talking, it's like you forget all that. You get blinded. You know what I'm saying? Where's all the questions at? I got questions. Like I said, how, Mr. Garner, did you sell us a sterile dog? Champion Chance. And then I want to know why, as a champion, he was sold so cheap. Why was he sold so cheap as a champion? And why couldn't he have any? Why did you sell us a dog that couldn't have any puppies? Somebody got to ask the questions that nobody want to ask. See, somebody got to ask the questions nobody want to ask. We all want to sit in Indian style and listen. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to ask the real questions and wonder why Tank fucked you over. And then you wonder why everybody want to get mad at me because I'm telling you got bootleg yellow dogs. But when you got one of the brothers out here with a lot of questionable stuff, you're scared to answer. Don't talk about that Doc Holliday and all that other stuff, and you're scared to talk to that man about it. That's why I tell you, y'all quick to knock each other. You got everything to see me. I go at anybody. You know what I'm saying? But what I noticed, a lot of y'all only go at the black channels. You ain't got no heart when it comes to the white channel. Buck jumping brothers. That's what I call you. Buck jumping brothers. You know, claiming one way, but showing actions of another way. You know what I'm saying? Showing actions of another way. At the end of the day, like I said, you get mad at me because of what Tant did to you. I ain't did it. Tant did it. You know, all these questions you got. And now, when you come up here to ask Garner questions, you come up here talking about a bunch of bullshit instead of all the shit you was talking about for the last year. Yeah, ask them questions. All my dog brothers in these community. Or y'all scared to do that? You only like to do that against your fellow black brothers, you know? That's what I'm starting to been seeing it. I've been seeing it, you know? Been saw it. Everybody got ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got ulterior motives. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all black channels, y'all ignore when the white man say something about you. You ignore that. But then as soon as one of these black channels say something, you want to rip and act like you tough and all kind of stuff. Like I said, man, that's why I don't even stud nothing you say. I ain't in the swamps. I leave you down there and talk shit about you from this point on. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm only rocking with the folk that doing the positive with this breed, man. You know, I can care less how you feel, what you think, and what you're gonna do, because everybody can do the same thing. You know, at the end of the day, PBK9's gotta give it to you, man. Fair and uncut, raw and unbiased. Care about your feelings. I don't care about that. No, man. We just here to give you the news and that dog talk. Whether you like it or not, somebody gotta distinguish one from the other. You know, we can't have 20 dog channels up here, everybody giving nutrition. Everybody talking about water, how to give water. Everybody talking about a damn pedigree. Now, I'm gonna give you the real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you the real. Tear each other down. Figure out a way to say, oh, Sambo ain't a champion, Sambo ain't this. But talking all that shit about Doc Holliday, talking all that shit about Chinaman, all that shit about Frisco, all that shit about El Negro, all that stuff about all these other dogs, Red Man, and all these other dogs, and you get up here and won't ask that man one of these questions. Won't ask that man, why did he give up dog men a few years ago? Why did he give up information on the dog community a few years ago? Y'all won't ask them questions. You see? But that's what the Bay gonna do, because I ain't gotta ask him in the interview. You gonna watch my video, you know? See, it's a difference. That's why I say, I don't bring what brothers do in their personal lives to the dog game, see? You know? Like when Brother Garner was talking about Bobby Hall, who he screwed, that ain't our problem. But who you gave in the dog game, that is our problem. And that's what we wanna know. You see? I represent the half of the dog community that don't take that bullshit. You know, we ain't got stuff. We got our own dogs and we do our own thing. So instead of you starting your shows and your thing off talking about what Mr. Bobby Hall was, a good dog man, they had his own sexual preference. We want to know, why did you give up people in the dog community and now you coming back out here like it's all good? Now, it just is what it is. Great content, but questions gotta be asked. Y'all brothers only wanna ask them to the black brothers. You know, only wanna ask them to the black brothers. Only wanna criticize them. See, this is why I'm trying to figure out, why y'all so mad at Chico? How y'all so mad at Chico, but y'all ain't mad at Garner? You mad at Chico for no reason. You don't even know why you mad at Chico, because the next person mad at Chico because something you read in the journal. But then you get, man, listen here. Shut up, PBK9. Shut up. All I know, I need some questions answered. Why we got sold a sterile dog? See, a lot of y'all brothers sent back playing that lolly jolly shit when it comes to this dog stuff, man. This thing ain't nothing to play with. You see these brothers going down and getting took out every day. Some doing the wrong things, and some brothers just caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some folk just be collateral damage. We ain't in the dog game where we can just sit back and don't ask no questions these days. Or you want to ask questions to a young black brother like me, but you won't get out here and ask the questions to the brothers who's jipping and crooking your ass. You know? And you said, and what beats me, like I just said, we talked about these Garner dogs for a whole couple years and how they been public pedal, how they been fake daddy this, fake daddy that, but none of y'all answer that man a damn question. Don't ask it in the chat. Do an interview on it. You know? Do the interview on it. Stop asking these questions that's not relevant to the dog man himself. We all know him. We want to know the questions that matter. Red man questions. Why all of a sudden you so far on Red Man? Why you didn't have Red Man back in the 90s? How you got Red Man in the 2000s? Sperm. Knowing you got a sperm bank. See, let's ask the questions that need to be asked. See, big shouts out to Mr. Garner, was considered the #1 breeder in the world. But we ain't into breeding, we in this YouTube right now. And we run what's going on in the topic of this situation right here. You know? We got that. So what we trying to figure out, you know, this is the wild, wild west out here, and we want to know what it is. We want to know about Doc Holliday. We want to know about Frisco. We want to know about Red Man. We want to know about all them dogs. Stop asking them bullshit ass questions about water. Stop talking about keeps and all that other type of stuff. We want to know about stuff that matters. You know, because we're going to get into that dog talk more in this video. But I'm just trying to show y'all brothers, man. Some people going to give you the bullshit and some people give you the real shit. You know, it just is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Big shouts out to all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Right now, like I said, I'm speaking from outside of the swamps, you know, and I'm saying what I want to say, doing what I want to do, you know. It just is what it is. And like I said, that's exactly why Tank got over. And still, like I say right now, if he come out with his channel right now, y'all will still buy dogs from him, thinking they off yellow when they put them in the pedigree. Oh, this coming off one of yellow grandsons, this and that. You still go buy the damn dogs from him, you know, and ask yourself what's wrong with the dog game. That's what's wrong with the dog game. A bunch of ignorance out this mug, you know, bunch of ignorance, a bunch of hate, you know, and not enough knowledge on the real shit that's really going on and what's really happening with these dogs. You know, everybody want to be tough. Everybody want to be gangsters. Ain't nobody living that life for real. You know, it's easy to live it on Facebook and on YouTube. That's why I tell y'all brothers, I just talk shit to you. Because I know in real life, half of y'all ain't doing none of that shit. You know, half of y'all ain't doing it. Half of y'all ain't never lived it and talk about this and talk about that. Ain't never lived a legal bone a day in your life. But up here talking about who doing this and who doing that. Man, listen, you don't even know about nothing. And then you got cowards that just talk on the back street. And I want y'all to hear this. Cowards that talk on the back street and be scared to voice their opinion up on these channels. You know. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters down there in the chat that's rocking with the Bay. Big salute to you. Hope y'all had great holidays. Hope y'all have a great New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Keep taking care of them dogs, doing what you got to do. Let me keep this thing rolling, man. Let me keep this thing rolling. PBK style today, man. PBK style. One thing about the people like to hear lies, and the truth is not welcome on the internet. You know, they always like to hear lies. You get kick off lies, and when you tell the truth, they say you capping. They say because they don't know the story the way they thought they knew the story. You know, they'll say you're lying about this or lying about that. And the thing is, you'll realize, like I said, this dog game ain't about you. It's about everybody. Some things you think you know, you don't know. None of y'all knew that stuff about them Tant dogs till that brother told you. And then while that brother telling you, you still got brothers that's coming up here telling him what's going on when he was around the dogs. How can that even go on when you in a whole nother state, not even around these dogs, and you trying to tell this man what's going on around these dogs that he been around? because of a story you heard. He say, she say. You brothers in this dog community believe he say, she say more than you believe the real shit. I got up there and told you that brother Aubrey Harris sold us a mixed breed German Shepherd, mixed with that Walk'em stuff. Some other kind of German Shepherd dog had hit the dog. I got up there and told y'all that. You think I'm lying? You think I'm cracking? Listen here, man. For any bulldog man to know willingly that sell you a dog that's mixed breed with something else that got stuck on his yard is a damn crook. You know, it's not the kind of dog man to be dealing with. I sit here and told y'all that, but you thought I was cracking. You thought I was making jokes. No, man. I give you the truth. Got a damn mixed breed German Shepherd. You don't think I know German Shepherds? Red nose. Came out red nose. You know, the German Shepherd traits showed up in that dog. Now, when I say German Shepherd, it could have been anything like a Malinois, Dutch Shepherd, any type of dog like that. It didn't necessarily have to be a German Shepherd, but some type of Shepherd dog bred to that dog. You know? Could have been a Husky or something like that. But something bred to the dog. And the dogs were sold. And when you got dog men like that, then you got, when I get up there and I tell you about it, you think it's a joke or you think I'm cracking. Nah, it's all good. You know, you want to listen to some bullshit about something that don't even matter instead of listening to the real shit. And then when you mess around, go out here and buy one of these puppies, you wonder why your dog looking fluffy, looking like Merino when he gets 6 or 7 months old. You know, oh man, he don't look like JD. He don't look like Mellow Yellow or none of the rest of them. He look like Merino. He look like them Shepherds. He look like Brother Vanguard, Kodak Blue. You know. But it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, like I said, people like to hear lies on this internet. They really, really want to hear the truth. You know, and when they hear the truth, there's all kind of bullshit that come behind it. You know what I'm saying? All kind of bullshit behind it. But like I said, stop asking me all them questions and trying to figure out anything to knock me and bring me down when you're scared to ask the real crooks the questions. You know, Crooks Uncovered, Part 3. You know, Crooks Uncovered, Part 3, Part 2. You know, we did a Part 2, but it wasn't an official Part 2. Crooks Uncovered. We need to ask Mr. Garner some questions. You know what I'm saying? We need to ask him some questions. Hey, it just is what it is. I'm telling you like this, like I told y'all before, you know, I ain't searching for guidance. Neither am I searching for a bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Neither am I searching for a mentor. So I'm going to say what I want to say when it comes to these dogs. At the end of the day, and at the end of the day, I did my own keeps. I did my own pushing back in the days. You know, I never had help when it comes to these dogs as far as my actual keep. Yeah, if you told me something, that's cool. Never had help on my keep. Did all my dogs myself. You know what I'm saying? Went in the battle myself and didn't know what it is. You know, so like I said, PBK9 is going to give it to you. You don't like it, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep this thing going. Because we got some South Carolina politics to get into. You know what I'm saying? But we got some more news before that. You know, let's get into some good dog, something that happened good with these pit bulls. We got a lost pit bull, lost in South Carolina, you know. And the thing about it, the owner was a deployed soldier at the time. But thankfully, that dog popped up. You know, that dog popped up a good way from the house. And I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole story. I'm just gonna let y'all get into the video though. But check it out, PBK9s, give it to you. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Let's go.
Could call it a Christmas miracle for a local family. A soldier deployed overseas left his dog in South Carolina for the holidays, but his pup, a pit bull named Titan, escaped from a family member's home where he had been staying for 20 days. Homeward bound pet rescue owner Linda Province put up flyers and knocked on doors looking for the soldier's best friend. Titan was captured on this Ring camera more than 10 miles away from his home.
When I drove up the driveway and saw them with him, they had the owner on FaceTime, and just seeing his face and seeing that happy dog back with his family, just that sort of reward is it's just a thrill for me. I just have loved my years being involved in rescue, and this was one of the good ones.
The soldier's other family drove all the way down from Charlotte for the reunion.
Now, it's always great when an owner finds his dog when it's missing or it's lost or something like that. It's always a great situation. This next particular one we're going to talk about, instead of talking about a pet on this situation, we're going to talk about how a woman saved her 2-year-old son on a pit bull attack caught on camera. You know, woman saves her 2-year-old son from a pit bull attack caught on camera. I'm going to let y'all check it out, you know what I'm saying, because the woman went into action, just like a lot of y'all brothers and sisters would have did yourself, you know, went into action. So let's check it out. Woman saves her son from pit bull attack.
Mother and her son are headed over to daycare. Out of nowhere, a pit bull pounces. Mom, Shantae Wright Haywood, lets out a blood-curdling scream. She grabs 2-year-old CJ and runs back to the house. But the dog won't give up, trying again to bite little CJ. They manage to get inside, but now the door won't close. In the struggle, the door became dislodged. What follows is an incredible shoving match. You can see the crazed pit bull through the crack in the door. The whole family joins forces to stop the dog from getting inside. Look at all those hands. I spoke to mom and son from their home in Austin.
It literally went to the end of the porch and came right back. Like, it refused to leave. And every time they was coming back, it's jumping on the door and like barking and like trying to still get in the door.
CJ was bitten on the stomach.
CJ did suffer the dog bite to his abdomen. Initially, you could see like the dog teeth imprinted in the bite. When I went to kick the dog off him, the dog actually had his clothing in its mouth.
It was also helpful that mom is an EMT, so she knows how to keep her cool in a crisis.
I know I have to save him. I have to get him up off this ground, and I have to make sure this dog does not get a hold of him again.
Now, let me address something real quick, you know, because like I said, everybody brain not developed the same way, even though brothers are older brothers. Some brothers say the voodoo video I put out was clickbait. Where's the mysteries? Okay, like I told you, the dog game is not about you. The dog game is about everybody, okay? If you go look on Voodoo Daddy on the online page, you're going to see Nitro. The mystery is Nitro is not his daddy to all the brothers and sisters that don't know that. See, you thinking it's about you because you got a millions and millions of brothers and sisters that don't know that Nitro is not the real daddy of voodoo. Neros is. So that's where the mystery was at. You know, how can it be clickbait when we talking about voodoo for numerous minutes? Brothers better understand the words they use. They use words they don't know the meanings of. Where's the mystery? Okay, it's not a mystery to you, but it's a mystery to somebody else because they don't know. That's the point of having something, having a channel, giving stuff that everybody don't know. Yeah, you know it, but did you know Tant was shitting these brothers how he was shitting them? You knew that about voodoo, but did you know Tant was shitting these brothers? No, you ain't know that. Because if you did, you would have been stopped brothers from getting all the fake-ass red devil stuff from out here. And the ones who say that, they probably running voodoo dogs. You know, all the brothers that say that, they probably running voodoo dogs off Nitro. And that's the mystery. Your dog ain't off Nitro, you know. And if you already knew it, so be it. Keep the step and watch the next video. You know what I'm saying? Watch the next video. Don't make comments that don't make sense. Don't make comments that don't make sense. Clickbait on a voodoo video would have been talking about anything else outside of voodoo on that whole video, and voodoo never mentioned. We talked about plenty of that stuff. We can't help you wasn't on the video and check the part we talked about out because you maybe checked the first 10 minutes of the video out. That's your problem. You know, that's your problem. And like I said, y'all buck jumping ass, you know, buck jumping, willing to tear all the black channels down, but scared to ask Tom Garner, the brother who y'all claimed was a crook for the last year. Yeah, I'ma say it. Y'all always saying he was a crook about this, about that, and this and that. He's scared to see it now in that man's face. Yeah, you scared. But you ain't scared to knock the bay. You ain't scared to knock the bay. Boy, boy, boy. And we ask ourselves where the dog game at today. You know, where the dog game at today. But let's get into some more good news real quick before we get into that South Carolina politics. You know, we got, y'all know about the chat, AI chat thing, the chat GPT. Well, we got a chat AI that saved the dog when the vet couldn't save the dog. The vet couldn't figure out what the diagnosis was. The vet couldn't figure it out. The vet couldn't figure it all, you know, they were checking the dog, the blood, this and that, couldn't figure it out. But then they typed it in on the AI chatbot, GPT-4 or whatever you call it. Typed it in and they got the answer for it. And they start using the medicine and doing what the chat said, the AI chat said. And their dogs start getting better. You know, so y'all check this out and y'all listen to it. Listen to this article as they tell you about how the chat helped the dog and the vet couldn't help it. PBK9 is on.
A Twitter user, Cooper, @pcooper, claimed that the AI chatbot ChatGPT has saved this dog's life by diagnosing a blood condition that even vets could not diagnose. The user said that his dog named Sassy was diagnosed with a tick-borne disease. The vet started the treatment, and despite the serious anemia, her condition seemed to be improving relatively well. However, after a few days things took a turn and symptoms worsened despite taking the prescribed treatment. I noticed her gums were very pale, so we rushed back to the vet. The blood test revealed an even more severe anemia, even worse than the first day we came in. The vet ran more tests to rule out any other co-infections associated with tick-borne diseases, but came up negative, Cooper wrote in his Twitter post. Cooper then took his dog back to the vet, but they were unable to provide a further diagnosis and advised him to simply wait and see how the dog's condition progressed. This wasn't an acceptable answer to the pet owner. That's when it occurred to him that medical diagnostics could be something that GPT-4 could be potentially good at, so he described the situation in great detail to the AI chatbot. I gave it the actual transcribed blood test results for multiple days, and asked for a diagnosis, Cooper tweeted. The newest version of ChatGPT offered a compilation with a disclaimer. I am not a veterinarian, but I can try to help you understand the blood work results and what might be happening with your dog. The AI chatbot suggested that Sassy's blood work and symptoms could indicate immune-mediated hemolytic anemia, IMHA. This new information, Cooper consulted another veterinarian who confirmed the AI's prognosis and began treating Sassy appropriately. Thanks to the quick diagnosis and treatment, Sassy has made almost a full recovery, according to Cooper. Cooper's Twitter thread soon went viral with more than 8 million views, and several people were amazed at how GPT-4 helped the pet owner.
Don't forget to hit that like button, man. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. You know, I said we was getting into that South Carolina politics, but I got a little bit more news to give you real quick. You know, got a little bit more news to give you. We got a man gave his son a black eye. Young child gave his young child son a black eye for messing with the dogs, for messing with his puppies or whatever he was doing. Gave him a black eye. You know, there's a lot of ways to discipline a child, but giving them a black eye isn't one of the ways. You know, giving them a black eye isn't one of the ways. And you know how I always say it, I can't do too much talking about it. I'm just gonna let you hear the story, you know, and let you make your own opinion about it. But I mean, hey, that's not called for, you know. It's not called for.
A Glenn County couple is facing charges of animal and child cruelty after police released details painting a disturbing scene at their home. More than a dozen animals were removed from a house on Blaine Street, including puppies found buried in the yard. Taylor Levesque is joining us from Glenn County. And Taylor, what can you tell us about this developing story?
Glynn County Police tell us that 10 puppies were buried in the front yard of a home here in Glynn County. Eight other dogs survived the abuse and were taken here to Glynn County Animal Services. This was back at the beginning of this month. Glynn County Police say on November 29th, it received a report of a child that had a black eye from his father at a home on Blaine Street in Glynn County. The investigation revealed the child was punched by his father, 34-year-old Cecil Mullins, over an issue with a puppy at the home. Police say there were 8 dogs living inside the home. One of those dogs had puppies, and at least 10 of the puppies were killed and buried in the front yard. 41-year-old Teresa Mullins told police none of the dogs had been taken to the vet in more than 3 years. Investigators say one of those puppies buried had a crushed skull, and Mullins admitted to strangling the puppy and having his children bury it. Cecil and Teresa Mullins are both facing 8 counts of animal cruelty charges and are locked up here in Glynn County tonight. And I will say that we spent the last hour here at Glynn County Animal Services. We were able to see some of those dogs that were safely rescued from that home, and actually saw one of those dogs get fostered tonight and taken to its new home. We'll have that positive story of the situation coming up tonight at 11. Live in Glynn County, Taylor Levesque, First Coast News, on your side.
All right, let's get into this South Carolina dog talk, this politics, South Carolina politics. You know, like I told you at the beginning of the video, this is a harsh video. Got to give it to you, though. You know, got to give it to you. All right, one thing I do want to say, you know, excuse the puppies in the background. You may hear them in the background, excuse them. But one thing I want to say is this picture right here that I'm having, on the background right here, I got it blurred out because, simple fact, these saying this brother here is the reason for the South Carolina dog seizures. My thing is, somebody needs to have some proof on this brother before I put it up, Because, see, the stuff I get comes from the news, the actual news articles. I don't take brothers' pictures and post them up without having somebody to verify something or some type of verification, So that's why I got this brother's face blurred out. That's why I got it blurred out, because I seen posts, but nobody's explaining what, and nobody's explaining how, what, or when. None of them type of things. Just give a brother, and if we got a brother that want to get up here and give us more insight on it, you're welcome. You're welcome to come. And like I always say, you don't have to get on the platform. You can call my cell phone and I'll link you into the system, and you can still be heard without your name even coming up on the actual live thing. Like, when we do the lives and stuff, your name won't even come up. So you can just give your, what's going on. But I can't, post this picture up there without knowing what's what. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing what's what. But we're gonna get deep into this South Carolina dog thing, because I've been following this since it happened. Been following it since it happened. And the thing about it, we got news reporters that's gonna take y'all into the situation, take y'all while the bus happening, while the officers suiting up when they putting on their uniforms. We going into the raid. We're going into the raid. There's multiple houses in the South Carolina raids that happened over the past few months, But like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I can't give y'all the pedigrees all the time. I can give y'all the dogs all the time, all the names. But damn it, I stay on top of the news. I stay on top of the news. Stuff that really matter. Stuff that really matter to these brothers today, Deep into the South Carolina dog fighting ring investigation. PBK9 giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Let's get into it.
It's pitch black outside a South Carolina church. At the ready are dozens of armed law enforcement officers. Today, they're seizing fighting dogs. Behind them,
I'm definitely anxious. I'm always anxious to see the dogs.
we ride along with the federal prosecutor overseeing the criminal case.
It's heartbreaking. I get very emotional.
Emotional because of how vicious dogfighting is, made all the more clear in court documents. Dogs who have been fought may have scars, puncture wounds, swollen faces, or mangled ears. In one case, prosecutors say an owner killed his dog by hanging it. And authorities found this contraption made from jumper cables, allegedly used to electrocute dogs, inside the home of a Pentagon employee. The illegal sport has spiked federal interest. Last year, officials seized roughly 400 dogs from suspected fighting rings, more than in any other year since at least 2007, according to a CNN review of civil forfeitures. Jane Taylor tells me she was a lifelong narcotics prosecutor until she first saw the injuries on fighting dogs.
I had a case where we had a wiretap and we were listening to the calls of the individuals involved in drugs, and we started hearing a lot of conversations about dogs and dog fighting.
We arrive at the first of 5 homes.
What sort of things are you on the lookout for when you enter a property?
I'm looking at the conditions of the dogs themselves. I'm looking for any sort of scarring, any fresh wounds. And then I'm also looking for what I'll call dog fighting paraphernalia.
Like these treadmills to make the dogs stronger and faster. And
something called spring pulls, where the dogs are used to jump up and they latch on it. It's supposed to strengthen their jaws.
Experts say dogs are often tied down with heavy chains and weighted collars to increase their strength. Some dog fighters inject their animals with drugs or vitamins to increase aggression. And before a big fight, some fighting dogs are starved to keep them in their weight class, like a boxer. Tucked away in this wooded area, federal agents find the first of roughly 120 pit bulls that would be seized in what will turn out to be South Carolina's second largest single-day seizure of fighting dogs ever, say investigators. They're photographed and loaded into trailers to get medical care and shelter.
When we go onto a property, they'll wag their tail because they haven't had any interaction, friendly interaction.
Major Frank O'Neill with the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division.
They've been abused either by the owner and a fighting dog. It breaks your heart.
People are making a lot of money off of this. My opinion, even $1 is too much to be making money off of this.
And there are plenty of ways to get paid. According to court documents in South Carolina, participants paid $200,000 to have their animals fight against a top dog. Another fighting dog won over $50,000. The owner of a champion dog can make even more money on semen, stud fees, and puppies.
Many of them are drug traffickers because they have to fund gambling of these dogs, and these dogs are very expensive. They're going to have weapons, and if we haven't already arrested them, the chances are we will arrest them in another arena.
Inside this home, officers find several guns. The homeowner declined to speak with CNN. Federal agents pack up and head to the next house.
We're about 20 minutes out. They say there's about 12 dogs.
Dogfighting became a felony at the federal level back in 2007. The maximum sentence a suspect can face is 5 years in federal prison. Meanwhile, for the animals, experts say that some dogs are too aggressive to rehabilitate, but others can be adopted and get a second chance at life. Isabel Rosales.
I want to send a big shout out to all my folk out there, man. Like I said, Brother Ed Vollington, Vanguard Canine, Brother J. Bull, Supreme Excellence 1, Bonton, Brother Legion Fury, Mr. 216, all them brothers, man. All them brothers, big salute to all the brothers. They be repping with me down in the chat. All the brothers and sisters to be watching the videos from the far. I appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate all y'all. But remember, this news ain't a lot of this stuff, is for your entertainment purposes. A lot of this stuff is for your well-being, need to know certain things. It's all about you put certain things in whatever folders you want to put them in. When I give you the news, if you feel like this is a miscellaneous folder, miscellaneous news, you just throw it in that folder. If you feel like this is important, then you put it in an important folder so you can always remember it. At the end of the day, because this dog stuff ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing to play with. Along with the other things that come along, that been coming along with this dog game over the last 20 years. So them folks say. So them folks say. And like I said, man, a lot of y'all brothers is scared to ask the questions that matter. You say, right now, it's like brothers is quiet. For 2 years straight, brothers screamed that Doc Holliday shit. Brothers screamed the Chinaman, the Frisco, the this, the that. Not one time has one person asked the real questions that matter. My question to y'all is, what y'all so mad at Chico for? And you got two. It can be A, it can be because somebody else mad at him. B, it could be because what? Most likely you mad at him because somebody else mad at him. And like I said, it ain't fair just to ask me all the hard questions. It ain't fair just to put all that heat on, on me. At the end of the day, I handle it. Let's see can the next bulldog handle it. Let's see can the next bulldog handle it, because this ain't that other world. This the YouTube world. And things go down a little different over here than they do over there. Go down a little different than they do over there. Respect is respect, but questions is questions. Questions is questions. Plead the fifth. Don't answer them, but let me be in front of you to ask them. Let me be in front of you to ask them. No, y'all wait 20 years till the man done disappeared or something, and then you want to start talking about Doc Holliday again. Then you want to start talking about Frisco and all the rest of them again. When the man was clearly up there, and you can ask him and tell him about it right there in his face and see what the response gonna be. No, we got too much respect for him. Too much respect for him and not enough respect for the other brothers in the game. The other hardworking brothers. But like I said, man, this ain't that world. This is this world. In this world, we control the narrative. We control the narrative, and we don't want to hear about no water. We don't want to hear about no keeps. We want to hear about where you storing all that sperm, how you got that red man Cottonham stuff. We want to know about that. We want to know about Doc Holliday, and we want to know about the rest of them. Hickory tea. We want to know about all that stuff. I told y'all, brothers, man. I told y'all. Now I can see y'all talking to brothers like Brother Garcia, and he want to give y'all the keeps, and you ain't never heard nothing bad about certain things when it come to that brother. But I'll be damned if y'all gonna sit there and make me have to listen to all this Garner talk for the last 2 years, and now y'all acting like y'all forgot it. Y'all forgot it. That's what happened. Y'all forgot it. Okay, I got you. Buck jumpers. It just is what it is. Stop complaining about being blackballed. Stop complaining about this and about that, about this and about that when you do it to your damn self. Like I said before. You ain't mad unless you look like this. That's the only way you get mad. If they look like me, then you get mad. Then you start knocking the stories and stuff like that. If you don't hear the stories from somebody like Garner or something, you don't believe it. But it's all good, man. It's all good. PBK9's gonna stay giving it to you, man. I'm gonna stay giving it to you the way I always do. I can't say it enough, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do want to talk about this before I get up out of here. A man received a Medal of Honor. Man received a Medal of Honor for saving an elderly man and his dog in a house fire. So the governor gonna give him, not the Medal of Honor, my fault. Medal of Valor for saving the old man and his dog. So I want y'all to check that video out. PBK9's Fair and Uncut, Raw and Unbiased. Let's get into it.
Welcome back. A man is receiving a Medal of Valor in Des Moines from Governor Kim Reynolds for the heroic effort he made to save the life of a man and his dog in Siouxland.
A.J. Craig lives in Sioux Falls now and works as a welder, but comes back to help on the family farm that's near Cylinder in Palo Alto County. On November 28th, he was working on the farm when he realized there was smoke coming from an old house that belonged to an elderly neighbor. Then he called the fire department and went to that house to investigate. With black smoke billowing from the house, he was able to provide a hand from a window and save the man and his dog from that fire. Craig says he knew in the moment he needed to spring into action.
I knew what needed to be done, and I mean, if I would have waited minutes, everything would have been totally different. So I didn't really think about it. I just did what needed to be done and took care of it.
Now, that ceremony will take place Monday at the Iowa State Capitol Rotunda at 10 o'clock on Monday morning.
Man, we're going to keep this thing short and sweet today. Y'all brothers and sisters have a great day. Have great holidays. Hope y'all had a great Christmas. Hope y'all have a great New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there, PBK9s, and I'm out.
Right or wrong, don't matter when you're with me.
Kill confirmed.